Welcome back to the fourth quarter challenge. I'm Denise Miller, your leadership lady live, and we're in week 6 of the challenge. This is the second week in November, and today we are focusing on team relationships. We're diving into team communication and trust today. Before we jump in, remember to like and subscribe to this video and to share it and invite someone to join you and join the fourth quarter challenge community. Also, there's the accelerated R4 4 session Women in Transition Learning Circle that we'll be doing toward the end of the year, and the Put Your Dreams to the Test 5 session Mastermind Learning Circle. But all of the links will be in the chat and in the comments. Now, let's move back to our topic for today. And here is our question. What communication strategies strengthened your team's trust this year that you can take with you into next year? And the flip side of that question is just as important. What communications breakdowns damage your team's trust? Here's the truth that every team leader needs to understand. Trust isn't built or broken in the big moments. It's built or broken in the daily communication patterns that either make people feel safe or make them feel uncertain. So evaluate your team's communication and identify what's working and what you need to take with you into 2026. First, take transparency and refuse to protect the team by withholding information that you can share. Communicate openly with your team about challenges, changes, or uncertainties. Teams don't need you to have all of the answers. You've heard this from me before. They just need you to be honest about what you know, what you don't know, and what you're going to do to figure out the problem. The second thing is to take consistency with you into 2026 and refuse to allow inconsistency into your habits and practices. Do your words and your actions align? Do you say what you mean and mean what you say? Or is your team constantly trying to read your mood, adjust accordingly? Trust grows when communication is consistent and your team knows that what you say on Monday still holds true on Friday. A mercurial and unpredictable leader is destructive to team culture. Third, take responsiveness with you into 2026 and refuse to delay replies to your team. Does your team hear back from you promptly? When someone raises a concern, do they get acknowledgement and action, or do they get silence and uncertainty? When someone brings you something, even if you can't solve it immediately, acknowledge it immediately. And if you don't have an immediate answer, it's okay. Just say so and set a future date to share a response and let them know what that date is. Silence creates anxiety and it erodes trust, while the simple pattern of acknowledgement plus timeline creates trust. The fourth thing to take into 2026 is to invite your team into a conversation instead of assuming that you know what they think, what they need, or what they want. Trust grows when people feel their voice matters. So in 2026, be sure to create space for dissenting opinions and remember to follow up on any suggestions. Keep those new ideas front and center. The teams with the strongest trust are the ones where leaders and their teams have a two-way street, not a one-way announcement system. Fifth, to take with you into 2026. Share your feedback with the team. Refuse to avoid sharing honest and timely insights. When you avoid the difficult conversations, you damage relationships rather than protect them, which is what we're generally trying to do when we don't have those difficult conversations. Team members are more secure when they know you'll tell them the truth, even when it's an uncomfortable truth. Feedback given too late or not given at all causes team members to feel slighted, like they don't matter. Consider using this framework for your team in 2026. First, create communication agreements with your team's input. Ask and document how you'll create and how you'll communicate with each other. Write down those points and distribute your agreements to the team members, your agreements about response times, meeting norms, feedback, and transparency. And then hold each other accountable to meeting that system. Establish a system of consistent check ins and connection, whether it's weekly team meetings, monthly one on ones, quarterly team retreats. Your team needs predictable rhythms of connection where they know they'll be heard. That builds team trust. Also, practice recovery when communication breaks down, because breakdowns are going to happen. How quickly you will repair the potential damage is what's key. You will miss something. You will miscommunicate. Someone will feel unheard. You're all people, and people make communications errors. But instead of avoiding them, acknowledging the breakdowns and repairing them quickly will maintain high team trust. This week, get ready for 2026 with your team. First, by reflecting on the 5 areas I just covered: transparency, consistency, responsiveness, invitation, feedback. Note where the team's communication strengths and trust has been weakened. Second, schedule a team conversation to debrief your communication this year. Ask your team about what communication strategies made them feel trusted and valued this year, and what communications gaps made them feel uncertain or disconnected this year. Third, create communication agreements for 2026 based on what you learn from your team's conversation. Remember that the teams that will be successful in 2026 are not the ones with perfect communications. They're the teams with intentional communication and with methods of being quick to repair communications breakdowns. It's important to remember these things. Also, remember to like, to subscribe, and to share the link to this video. Then invite a team member, a colleague, a neighbor, or even a family member to join you in the rest of this 2025 fourth quarter challenge. The link is in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me